Thank you, Mr. President. I rise today to talk about a family with a little boy, 3 years old, left in the care of an Episcopal priest and a Muslim imam. A boy who was at risk of getting caught up in the foster care web, who came from living on the streets, a boy who rarely saw 3 square meals a day and who saw horrors unimaginable to us. A boy with the biggest smile and the brightest eyes. I rise today to talk about a family, a priest and an imam who have created a loving, stable home for a boy, who have taught him how to pick blueberries, how to take care of goats and chickens, how to show him the wonders of nature and the joys of playing with other kids. A family, a priest and an imam who are embracing parenthood to the fullest, who prayed and waited for years and years for a child to love. A family with a priest and an imam who also happen to be gay. This is my family. I am the priest, my wife is the imam. This is my story, and this is my reality and my fear. My fear that my child's daycare can turn us away, that a hotel can refuse me entry, that we can be denied access to any number of services that every other Georgian has rights to. The gas station that refuses us service, the restaurant that won't seat us, the physician who denies care for my child, all because they have a religious objection toward me and my family. Across the country, RFRAs have already opened the door for discrimination in public health, child welfare and adoptions, marriage-related services, employment, and public accommodations. Let's be clear. RFRA legislation is being used to discriminate against adults and children. This type of legislation has been used to bar LGBTQ children and children of different faith backgrounds who are in need of a home from certain foster care and adoption agencies. If we pass this bill, this could have a catastrophic impact on the lives of the over 11,000 children in Georgia who need loving homes that will meet their needs. This legislation has the devastating potential to keep our children on the streets without the life-saving resources that this body has worked tirelessly to provide for children in our state. RFRA legislation across the country has led to life and death situations being taken into the hands of those who feel that their religious beliefs should allow them the ability to decide the fates of others. Life and death situations, the lives of children who are living on the streets are cast aside. It's these lives that will be affected if we open the floodgates for discrimination. Legislation like this is an invitation. It's an invitation for Georgians to consider how they want to discriminate. It's a permission slip, a license, an open invitation to deprive Georgians of their basic needs, to deny the opportunity for children to have their lives saved, an opportunity to divide us deeply instead of unite us around our shared goals of creating a safer and more prosperous Georgia for all. But let's forget about my family for a minute. I want you to think about your own family. If any one of you has someone in your family or someone whom you love who is gay or in a multi-faith family, or in an interracial relationship, if you have someone who you love who just has a whole lot of tattoos, for God's sake, if there is anyone who you love, when upon looking at them, people think that they are different than the norm, passing this legislation puts them at risk. This doesn't just affect my family. It doesn't just affect LGBTQ families. It affects yours. When it's your child or family member who's looking to adopt or needing medical care, who wants to marry the person that they love, or they're looking for a job or needing a hotel room. When it's your family member who simply needs a tow truck on the side of the road and they have a tag on the back of their car that makes someone think, I object to you. When it's your loved one that someone else has a religious objection to, there will be no protection for them. Let me say that again. When it's your loved one in the moment who needs a tow truck or a hotel room to stay in, there will be no protection for them. Maybe it gets resolved 2 years later in a court, but in that moment, at that night, while they are standing on the side of the road, wishing and praying that someone will give them a tow, they have no protection. And they don't have any protection because we are one of only 3 states in the nation that doesn't have an anti-discrimination law. We don't have protections set in place if people try to abuse this RFRA legislation. So friends, let's not wait until it's too late for our loved ones. Let's not wait until the bill is already passed and the floodgates of discrimination have been opened. We have a chance today, right now, to care for the lives of Georgians, the lives of countless children, the lives of our loved ones. Like my little boy who is at home joyfully playing, feeling safe for the first time in his life. You have a chance to vote down this bill, not because of your personal religious beliefs, but because the people of this state are depending on you to help them survive and thrive. Friends, know this. If you vote green today, this is a vote against my family and yours. A green vote is a vote against Georgians. It's a vote against our families, our children, and our loved ones. So I urge you, dear colleagues, to stand with me in protecting all Georgians by voting no today. With that, Mr. President, I yield the well.
Senator is yielded. All right, Senator, the question was